In this video I will show you something stupid involving ghost blocks. First of all, two facts. Pistons which are further than 64 blocks away from a player don't get animated by the client. So this piston is very close to me, so if I activate it you will see a nice piston animation and the client will process where the blocks are supposed to be. But if I go far away from this piston, then the client won't process the blocks and will just listen to what the server thinks where the blocks should be. And before 1.9.1 the server did tell the piston how the pistons do stuff, but since 1.9.1 for some reason pistons no longer send out block modification packets when creating block 36. So that basically means if our piston is creating some block 36, the server no longer tells the client that he created block 36 for whatever reason. This means if you go more than 64 blocks away from a piston and then retract him, it works better with retraction than extensions, then it will basically create a ghost block. And that's a little bit easy, but it gets really stupid if we use flying machines, because if you just build a random flying machine and go more than 64 blocks away from the flying machine, then it will just start creating ghost blocks, and that's a little bit stupid, so I don't know. So here we have a flying machine. If I go more than 64 blocks away from the flying machine, then it will start creating ghost blocks. Now we don't see that the flying much because the client doesn't animate it, but if I now go back to the flying machine, then we will see that it will have created a ton of ghost blocks just because it was flying along and the server didn't tell the client at the start of the extension that the blocks were changing. Now this can get even worse if we attach additional slime block to the whole thing. Now if we go away it will again create ghost blocks, and it will also create ghost blocks of the slime block. But if we now return, it will continue to create ghost blocks, because now for the client the flying machine is unmovable because of all these slime blocks. So the client thinks that the whole thing is unmovable, so the client doesn't animate the piston, and the server doesn't tell him that the flying machine is moving, so the client is just utterly confused and makes a lot of ghost blocks. This is just very stupid and takes a lot out of the fun of making ghost block generator. So that's everything. Bye.